After a relatively slow start to the year, February was nothing short of a whirlwind of adventures that each left me more energized than the last. I ended January along the Washington coast, along the Olympic Peninsula, and I picked back up there to start this month. I met back up with a group of my friends to hike and explore some of my favorite spots in Olympic National Park. To start the weekend off strong, we set our alarms for 5 a.m. and set out on a sunrise hike that ended up being one of the most beautiful hikes that any of us had ever done. I spent the rest of that weekend with friends, checking out some of the most beautiful gems scattered throughout the peninsula. After this amazing weekend, exploring and spending time with friends, it was time to embark on a journey to the land of fire and ice, Iceland. Without question, Iceland is one of the most beautiful countries on Earth, and being blessed enough to return during the winter felt like a dream come true. The once vibrant landscape that was covered in rich greens is now blanketed in a stark white snow that adds a magical feeling to the entire country. The land of fire and ice soon became an aptly fitting name for Iceland, as on our second day, a volcano erupted in the early morning. The surrealness of Iceland in winter was coming to life with every new adventure, all seeming to be more beautiful than the last. We explored incredible waterfalls. We walked on frozen glacier lagoons and discovered ice caves that felt like they were straight out of a movie. All of this epitomizes what an Icelandic winter should look like. The pure wonder and beauty of these landscapes cannot be understated. One minute we are walking next to a glacier that towered tens of feet over our heads, and the next minute we are walking through that same glacier. That's an experience that I will never soon forget. What makes these moments all the more special is the company that we are able to share it with. Being able to share these experiences with friends, new and old, makes these memories all the more powerful. From seeing reindeer on the side of the highway, to running on a black sand beach during sunrise, to standing in 60+ mile-an-hour winds, the journey always tends to be as, if not more beautiful than the destination itself. After one last incredible morning enjoying the sunshine and strong gusts of wind near the beautiful city of Vik, it was time to return to the States, where a new journey was in store. I hope that I captured just a fraction of the beauty that Iceland has to offer, even though video will never be able to do this incredible country the justice it deserves. After returning to the United States, and after a few long drives, I made my way to one of my last destinations for February, and one of my favorite places on Earth, Yosemite. Yosemite is the quintessential national park in the United States, and is easily one of the most beautiful locations in the entire world. The valley is a magical place, with some of the most epic views on Earth that will truly leave you in awe and inspired to spend more time outdoors. There are granite rocks towering 5,000+ feet over the valley floor that will leave you marveling at the sheer size and glory of the world around you. This is my first travel experience where I've just stayed in one place for a week and explored all that that place had to offer. I was able to see spots, new and old, and really dive into the exploration of the area. This is a trend that I hope to continue during the coming year. Although I could spend weeks in Yosemite Valley, I did have a goal for my time there: witness the magical yearly event, Firefall. Firefall happens every February in Yosemite. It is a natural phenomenon where the golden light at sunset hits Horsetail Falls and creates the visual effect of the waterfall being on fire. I plan to spend 8 days in the valley with the goal of seeing Firefall as many times as possible, but fate had a different plan. The first 4 days of the trip, Firefall had completely eluded the valley, but there was a treat in store for everyone in the park on the morning of the 5th day. Overnight, it had snowed over 6 inches, and the valley was transformed into a winter wonderland. If you have ever seen pictures of Yosemite in the snow, you know just how special a morning like this can be. Every photographer in the valley was giddy with excitement and drove to as many places as possible throughout the valley to capture it in all of its snowy wonder. Amidst the excitement, it was hard not to be overwhelmed with gratitude for all of the beauty that this world has to offer. Even though snow in the valley would typically be a Super Bowl-worthy event, there was still a possibility for one of the most incredible natural phenomena found in the United States, Firefall. The first 6 sunsets of the trip all ended with no sign of light or of firefall. But on the 7th night, light and magic and the elusive Firefall appeared and left all of the viewers in the valley in awe of the natural beauty of this world. The following night, we are once again graced by the presence of Firefall, and we all spent that afternoon in the valley, marveling at that light-stricken waterfall. Sharing this incredible moment with amazing people made everything all the more special. After visiting Iceland, the country of fire and ice, and seeing a snow-covered Yosemite Valley and Firefall, February was certainly the month of fire and ice. Our group eventually had to part ways as our time in the valley came to a close. But I had one last journey to San Francisco to get under my belt before the month came to a close. Mount Tamalpais is one of those places that has a sense of lore around it for its rolling hills and fog-covered valleys. Driving up Mount Tam feels like you've entered a movie set, and everywhere you look feels like a magical scene that you would only ever see on a screen. Spending my last few days of February with my friends in the Bay Area was the perfect way to cap off one of the most beautiful months of my entire life. The theme of my travels recently has absolutely been shared experience with others. One of the mantras that I live by, to quote Christopher McCandless, happiness is only real when shared. All I can say is find people that you want to share your life with, and live and share as many experiences with them as you possibly can. Life is too precious to take another day for granted. Start living today.